Howdy ho, H2Os and Roller Bros, and welcome to r/idontworkherelady. I'm very excited to check out this subreddit, but I do want to warn you, some of these stories seem far-fetched and possibly fake, so I would like your opinion on each of these as to whether you think they're real or not. I know I do this a lot, but it's just really hard with Reddit and stories on the internet in general to know if they actually happened or not. So let me know what you think about all these. They are some good stories, so let's just get into the cringe. If he looks like a geek and walks like a geek. I was in Best Buy picking up some software. I do independent IT work. I was not wearing a blue shirt, but the racks were a mess, so I was going through the boxes looking for the one I wanted. This older guy, I'm an older guy myself, comes to me with a popular antivirus program and starts telling me his situation and wants to know if this is the best product for him. I show him the more suitable product, considerably cheaper, and recommend it. He asks if I can check him out. I laugh for a second and explain that I'm in IT but I don't work here. He looks a little puzzled and walks off to the register. He comes back a few minutes later with his bagged box and asks how much I would charge to come install the software at his office. I give him my rate, he accepts, and I end up at his office cleaning up a mess of 5 virus-infected PCs before I can install antivirus. That was 2 years ago, and my billings to him have exceeded $10,000 for building an effective business network. Helping people in a store you don't work in can be very profitable. For me, this seems like the best possible scenario that could ever come out of an I don't work here lady situation, and I am going to put a poll asking you guys if you think it's true or not, as I will with pretty much every Reddit story series I'm gonna do in the future, because it's so hard to tell if these stories are real or not, so I like to ask you guys your opinion on them. I mean, it's plausible, you know, this dude really helped this guy out in the store when he had no incentive to, you know, he was just being a nice guy, and then he helped him out at home. Why not hire this guy for more IT stuff when he's such a good IT professional? And just beware, this is the most positive story we're going to look at in this video. It gets much worse from here on out, but that might be a good thing, that might be a bad thing for you. I was finally freed today. Just a quick encounter I had with a crazy lady today. My kids have the day off from school, so I took the day off of work and we had a daddy-daughters day. I took them out to breakfast and then a trip to the mall. We started off in one of the department stores and my daughters decided to start looking for their new outfits. Now, I love my daughters, but shopping is absolutely not my thing. So while they're looking for clothes, I'm standing by one of the counters waiting and reading on my phone. I hear someone make a noise behind me, so I look up and there's a lady standing with a huge armful of clothes. I figured she was heading to the checkout, so I moved over to the side of the counter. She says, "Excuse me," and I figure she's talking to one of the employees. A few seconds later, she yells, "Excuse me," and I look up to see what's going on. That's when I realized she was talking to me. By this time, people are staring at us, including my daughters. This is the rest of the encounter. Yeah? Don't yeah me, take these, I don't want any of them. She sticks the clothes out towards me. Yeah, I don't work here. I don't care what department you work in, take the damn clothes. Now, on any other day, I would have simply told her to piss off and go find someone who works there. But since I was out with my daughters, I decided to handle it a little differently. Excuse me? She's getting really pissed at this point, and she yells again, "Take the goddamn clothes!" And this time, she shoves the clothes into my chest. I look down at the clothes for a second and then look at her with a huge smile on my face. "Master has presented Dobby with clothes. Dobby is free!" And I threw the entire pile of clothes back in her face. She was standing there stunned and shocked. People in the store were cackling up laughing. My oldest daughter was trying to hide because she was so embarrassed, which is nothing new. I walked over to my girls and asked if they found anything they liked. They hadn't, so we left. As we were walking out, I could see Crazy Lady yelling at a couple of actual employees who looked like they were doing their best not to laugh also. And then did everybody clap? I don't know, this just doesn't come off to me as a real thing. I can't imagine people doing anything more than being uncomfortable in this scenario. Like, after that happened, I feel like I personally would have the same reaction as your oldest daughter did. I would be kind of embarrassed and try to get myself away from the situation. Like, it sounds like the sort of thing that would be really funny in your head, but in practice would not go like this. So I don't think you actually said this this. I think maybe you wish you said this, and I don't think if you said this that anybody was cackling and that they had to hold back laughter when they were dealing with this lady, unless they were holding back that laughter because she was so ridiculous. But I don't want to influence your opinion. Let me know in the poll if you think it's real or not, and let me know down in the comments what your rationale is behind it being real or fake. Gave one a taste of her own medicine. 'Twas a couple weeks before Christmas, and in the back of the store, every department manager stood, hoping they would not draw the short straw. Was that supposed to be a rhyme? I don't like it. I can come up with a better one for you right now. 'Twas a couple weeks before Christmas, and in the back of the store, every department manager stood, hoping they would not be assigned the chore. Like, bam, right there. Got it. Okay, let's just continue. They made a bad rhyme, or they just shouldn't have used that at all if they couldn't think of a rhyme. The boss had wanted to do some big displays for our store, which meant one of us had to go down to the nearest crafts and homewares place to pick up the balloons he'd ordered and a few other things. We were drawing straws because no one likes running errands to this place. A large number of their customers are either senior citizens or entitled soccer moms. Their uniform is similar to ours in that we both wear black pants and steel caps. They never have enough staff on, and the queues at the till are long no matter when you go. You cannot walk in there looking vaguely like you may work in retail or you're going to get hassled. As you can guess by reading this, I draw the short straw. I took off my uniform shirt, picked up my backpack, put in my headphones, hoping that this would protect me somehow, and walked into the store, which was already shoulder to shoulder, and as usual, they only had a couple of tills open, with lines snaking around the store. Great. I breezed through the store, avoiding eye contact with everyone, headphone in, but off so I can hear what's going on. I'm still having loads of people try to catch my eye and wave me down. By the time I get what I need, I've already had to point to my headphones about 15 times because people are just coming up to me and asking me stuff. I take my place at the end of the massive queue. I've got a big trolley full of stuff and a huge bunch of helium balloons. There's a group of about 4 older women behind me bitching about how long the line is. I notice that one woman is talking louder, raising her voice, saying something like, "They must open another till! Whatever happened to customer service?" etc., etc. She's occasionally clearing her throat when I get the impression she thinks I'm an employee and wants me to overhear. I was not wrong. After a couple more minutes of this and very little movement, there's a tap on my shoulder. "Are you going to open a—" I don't work here. I shove my headphone back in. A few more minutes go by and the lady is still whining. Another shoulder tap. "Can't you just—" No, headphone back in. I'm hoping my bluntness has gotten through to her. More whining, more minutes. Another tap. "This line is just very long and we're in a—" So go get on a till then. I'd really had enough of her crap by now. Lady looks like I just told her Wheel of Fortune reruns are cancelled. "Excuse me, I just want to—" Yeah, I'm in a hurry too, so why don't you open a till? "I don't work here, I'm a customer." Neither do I, and I'm a customer too, but apparently that doesn't matter to you, so on you go. Open a till, we're waiting. The look of shock on the faces of her and her friends was incredible. We kind of stared at each other for a second or two while she registered that I wasn't kidding around, then I turned back and they went back to their muttering. I didn't get another shoulder tap after that. I hope she learned her lesson that day. This is kind of one of those situations where I don't like these ladies that are giving this person a hard time, but I also don't necessarily like the protagonist that much either. I feel like she's been kind of rude in this scenario, even though she's probably just at the end of her rope with all of this, but like having your headphones in the entire time, having 15 people try and get your attention, clearly the headphone strategy did not work, and it might have been more effective if you didn't have the headphones in and you told each of those people that you don't work there. And I understand that you just might have not wanted to do that, but in this scenario, like, I don't get how the woman was told that this lady didn't work there, that the person that's telling us this story didn't work there, but then continued to ask for help with the situation, like she might be senile, she might have bad hearing or something like that. I really don't get how this whole thing came to be. So let me know if you think I'm being too nitpicky with this, but I really feel as though with the whole headphone thing, like you could have created a bad brand image for these people, a bad customer service image for this store because you didn't tell any of those people that you didn't work there, you just ignored them. And I know that's not your responsibility, but I just don't understand how this whole situation really makes sense. So as always, let me know in the poll if you think it's real or not, and also let me know in the comments what your rationale is, and if you think think this employee was being rude, or if you think they were just trying to deal with this terrible, terrible situation, because it does not sound like a fun thing to have to do. I will give them that. But let me know what you thought about r/IDon'tWorkHereLady. In the description of the subreddit, they said that it was an offshoot of Tales from Retail, which is also a subreddit that I really like and want to look into more. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this. If you'd like to see more of this in the future, obviously let me know your opinion on all of the 3 stories we've gone over here, and I will see you very soon. Skate on to the best of your abilities, drink more water, and have an absolutely fantastic day.